right, everyone, another week of updates. They don't slow down, so I won't. It's exciting. Updates are coming from Amazon, GitHub, Pinterest, Anthropic, Bumble, Sam's Club, OpenAI, and even a Sora competitor from China. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ben Silverman, and I am focused on making AI less intimidating for everyone and giving access and making it easy for everyone to understand and providing an easy way to stay up to date with all of the news, the tools, and the workflows that will help make your lives much easier and give you the superpowers to do what you do best. I have a newsletter that I put out once a week on Tuesdays, and I will leave a link to that in the description, as well as my AI toolbox, where I keep everything that I have learned so you don't have to go down the crazy rabbit holes that I do every single day, every single hour. Let's get right to it. So, Vidu has arrived. What is Vidu, you ask? I know. Well, it's a competitor to OpenAI Sora from China. Right? You can create 16-second long HD videos, and they look pretty good. Let's check it out. Pretty good, I know. I am curious about something, though. Now, when you get into everything that is going on with TikTok, how will that affect other companies coming out of China like this? We're walking down a bit of an uneven road where we start banning companies from certain countries because of data, because I'm pretty sure that the companies inside the US are also collecting our data as well in similar ways. I know the big question is asked, what does everyone do with all of this data? This, I don't know. Nobody actually knows, and it's really confusing, and I'm really curious to see more companies come out of China or other countries, and how do those get affected with something like a ban on TikTok that was approved by our government. So I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out. I'm sure of that. Okay. Bumble has an interesting feature now that was just released. They're wanting to take the pressure off of women to come up with new opening lines every single time. They are now allowing you to pick one of Bumble's pre-composed questions instead of coming up with custom comments every single time. While I love the addition of AI and this sort of a thing to these dating apps, the real issue here is, where are all of our personalities gonna go? Interacting with others, thinking for yourselves, are things that make us who we are. If something is coming up with a one-liner for you to get introduced to somebody else, then who are you going to be when you show up for that date? Will people even be able to interact in the future? How will this affect the growth of our entire generation of people? I have no idea. Pinterest is finding that their AI-powered collages are now more engaging than just a regular pin. They are also focusing all their attention on Gen Z and the younger generation. What's cool about these collage pins is, instead of saving a photo, you can actually cut something out in a photo and save it as a collage. But the thing is it's only available on your phone. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to open my Pinterest app. Right here, I'm gonna put what I'm seeing up here. So first, on the phone, all you do is you come down to this little plus create button right here, and you say create collage. It's gonna take you right here. I'm gonna say dismiss. Okay, now it's gonna give you this really cool dotted screen. I'm gonna hit plus. Now, if I want to add something to this collage, like for instance, this LED floating globe lamp, for instance, I look at that right there. It gives me the opportunity to add more, right? So I'm gonna hit add. I could add like that and put it up here, right? And then I'm going to add another image, and I'm going to say I want a monkey. It's going to give me a monkey. Let's see which one I like. I like this monkey graduating from school. It automatically gives me that monkey. So I'm going to say add that. Now I'm going to do that. I'm going to put Mr. Monkey right over here. And now what's really cool about this is, let's see, imagine that it didn't give me everything I want. I'm going to hit edit. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to crop, it allows you to refine, so you can add, you can take away, you can auto erase. If I didn't want this glass, I can take it away. It's kind of like what they do on Photoshop. It's pretty cool, I will say. I showed it to a few people, and they're really interested in this, and people who didn't use Pinterest think this is a really cool way to go. So that's Pinterest. I'm really curious to see how that goes. I would actually use that now. Now, Anthropic's Claude finally released their mobile app. It is really exciting because Claude is truly one of the best LLMs in my opinion, outside of Perplexity, of course. It just makes everything really easy to find. Look, there is Claude, ChatGPT, Meta's Llama, Perplexity, Gemini. So many of these models keep coming out. They all are getting really good, and one keeps getting better than the other, and then the other one refines theirs and it gets better than the other. All this means is access to a ton of information faster than ever before. And I am totally game for that. Okay, let's just pull up the Claude application right here, ready to chat. Okay, yes, I'm going to just say, what is string theory? What is string theory? And right now it is thinking. It's the theoretical framework in particle physics that attempts to unify all the fundamentals. That's pretty cool. Where did you get this information? I compiled this information about string theory from a few different trusted sources. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, ultimately, we keep getting better and better. I still think Perplexity is still one of my personal favorites, but this is a pretty cool thing. I use Claude all the time. Perplexity I love the way it gives me the literal articles of the videos that it is getting the information from. You can't really beat that. Okay, Amazon has also put their AI chatbot into the ring, which is generally available now. It's called Q. They released a video showing off what their bot is generally capable of. Let's take a look. I definitely don't have to show you this whole entire thing because a lot of it you've seen before. You've seen what Gemini's done, what Meta Llama's done. It's pretty much doing all the same things. The interesting thing about this is Amazon has a huge investment in Anthropic's Claude. So I'm guessing a lot of what you see there is what Claude has, because they haven't released the benchmarks, but I'm sure you can just relate it to literally the benchmarks of Anthropic, and you would know how Amazon is going to do. Instagram recently updated its algorithm to allow for smaller content creators to get their content in front of more people. I, for one, know how hard it is to get your content seen by so many people, and if they actually do it, I commend them for that. Now, this is obviously coming from months of criticism from creators who claim their reach was negatively impacted by the Instagram algorithm. So we will see what it's doing, but this was an answer to poor performance in the past. I know. GitHub just gave us a preview of their new Copilot workspace. It's an alternative to Devon, which I talked about a while back. They are claiming that they built an AI developing environment that can turn ideas into software. Now that's super exciting for some people who have ideas that can't actually realize them. That has always been one of my hopes for everything that I'm doing, to really try and bridge creative people to be able to do technical things. Now let's take a look at this real quick. get the idea. It is actually doing the coding. First, it's going to tell you what it's going to do, how it's going to do it, and then it's going to do it. They're claiming not to diminish the work of a developer, but with these tools, I don't know how that is physically possible. OpenAI has signed a strategic partnership with British news daily Financial Times to legally train content. In this agreement, Financial Times articles will surface in response to relevant inquiries. I do think we are going to see a lot more deals being done like this. And it does solve some of the legal issues. But it still leaves it at the corporate level, because what about the people who were hired to write those articles, which are owned by businesses benefiting from that deal? Will the journalists also benefit? The photographers who took a picture and made it into the article? We'll see. I think that's going to take a little bit of time. I also think that blockchain is going to be a solution to a lot of this. Now, I came across a really interesting platform called Versus, which says it will take content and make it interactive and ultimately gamify content. They're claiming they will make passive content instantly interactive, increasing audience engagement, retention, secure meaningful user retention with entertaining and ever-evolving playable content experience, and monetization. Drive incremental revenue via their innovative advertising solution. And you look at this and you can embed games into existing content, increase the time your audience will spend on their content as players engage with your AI-powered interactive content. More reasons for your audience to return. The AI platform updates your content to encourage customer retention. Every time they visit, your audience will be met with new and contextually different, relevant content to interact with. That's pretty neat. And I mean, I'm very interested in how this will go. When you go to content, I like clicking around things. I like seeing things move. If I can physically interact with content, I'd be down to stay there more. I don't know. It's interesting. Sam's Clubs around the country are now starting to see AI-powered exit technology and eliminating the checkout counter, similar to what Amazon did. This is what it looks like. If you see right here, these little blue arches that people walk out of, right? Amazon did this and is now pulling back from that. Now, Sam's is owned by Walmart, which has been in a battle for market share with Amazon. Now, the system works with a combination of computer vision and digital tech that captures images of customers' carts, verifies payments from what is in the basket. Now, since the AI learns over time, the data will get better over time. Now, let's see if Sam's can make it more relevant than Amazon could. All right, I'm sure there is a ton of other news that I did not go over. I film these on Thursdays. Anything after that will probably not be in this. It'll be in my newsletter, or I will probably attack it on next week's video. All of the links are in the descriptions for my newsletter, my AI toolbox, all of the articles that I listed, and all of the videos. And I am excited to come back to you next week. Thanks again for watching, and I will talk again to you all next week.